Runner going. 3-2 pitch. Popped up, foul territory, and back out of play.
Yeah, the one thing that maybe you don't realize about Sutcliffe is he has outstanding control. You go back to last year, as a Cub, he struck out 155 and walked only 39. So that's a little better than a 3-to-1 ratio. In this game today, he struck out 3 and walked 1. So that's pretty much the kind of average that he has.
The walk to Jason in the second. Two outs, runner at first, 3-2 pitch. Right field, Sandberg going out. Second baseman of the Cubs puts away out number 3. No home run in our Giant Eagle jackpot inning, but for Mart Verbanek, certificates for 24 12-ounce cans of Pepsi free. Certificates redeemable at your grocer, and our next Giant Eagle sweepstakes inning will be worth $300. No runs on 2 hits and a man left on after 3.5. It's the Cubs 1 and the Pirates nothing.
Absolute minimum prices have made the new Giant Eagle what it is today. Busy. And because Giant Eagle is so busy, you get more than just low prices. You get fresher fruits and vegetables. You see, lower prices bring more people into Giant Eagle, more people buying more produce, which means the Giant Eagle's out there restocking fresh fruits and vegetables more often. So at the new Giant Eagle, you get what's fresh, not what's left. The new Giant Eagle. They'll change the way you shop for food.
Come on, Grandma, come on!
Introducing lasagna from Pizza Hut, a great new pasta dish that's easy to enjoy.
Really gonna like this, Grandma?
I am.
Lasagna, served just the way you like it, with 4 kinds of cheeses, tender egg noodles, and rich, zesty meat sauce. Pizza Hut lasagna, lasagna that lasagna experts love.
This is delicious.
Lasagna at your hometown Pizza Hut restaurant.
Why are so many people switching to First Federal of Pittsburgh? Because of totally free checking. It's totally free. No minimum balances, no service charges. And totally free checking gives you all the convenience of cash stream banking. So you can make deposits and withdraw cash 24 hours a day, every day. It's the convenient way to do your banking on the fly. If your checking account costs you money, switch to First Federal of Pittsburgh. Come in first for totally free checking.
In the bottom of the 4th inning, Keith Moreland, Ron Say, and Jody Davis to face Rick Rhoden, with Chicago leading 1-0. You know, John, I'm still wondering why the National League did not experiment at least one more year with the Western Division, Eastern Division idea. That seemed to work out very well last year. The Pirates and 2 other teams opened in California, and
Chicago was one of them, right?
I thought they would do it this year and give the other 3 Eastern Division teams that opportunity to open in California. We'll put the Pirates in either Atlanta, Houston, or Cincinnati. But well, for some reason, I didn't like that. I didn't go with it. But it seemed to make a lot of sense.
Well, I know that 1 year ago in San Diego was a lot warmer than it is here. That much for sure.
Ooh. Keith Moreland has the game's only RBI, a 2-out single to left field in the 1st inning. Wasn't it ironic how often Foley seemed to be tested in that 1st inning? Here we've been hearing all spring about Timmy's reaction time and his quickness and his range, and he had a couple of ground balls that seemed to be testing that.
Of course, on this field with the grass and as slow as it is right now, you're going to get tested because in many cases you can get to those balls. The problem is going to be from deep short throwing the guy out, of
yes,
course.
Good point, good point. 2-0 on Moreland.
I'm sorry they didn't bring you a gallon of coffee, but I hope that'll hold you for a while.
That will do for a while. There's a strike. I like those sports writers next door.
Yeah,
They got the windows closed and their top coats off. Don Zimmer, good friend of Jim Fry, came out of the same high school in Cincinnati. 3-1 on Keith Moreland. In the last half of the 4th inning. Throw ball back, Gone. Keith Moreland makes it 2-0 Chicago. He had 16 home runs last year, and he gets the first Cubs home run of 1985 on a 3-1 pitch from Rick Rhoden.
And that's probably the only place in this ballpark today that you're going to be able to hit the ball out because of the way the wind is blowing. He turned on it well and drilled it over the yellow line in left field. First home run of the new season.
Former Texas Longhorn. Moreland makes it 2-0 Chicago. Here's Ron Say. Fouled back, strike one. Cubs got a run on the first. They've added one here in the fourth. The home run off Rick Rhoden. One strike pitch. And popped up. That's back out of play. Let's go back and take a look at the swing of Keith Moreland.
Right up in his wheelhouse, it looked like, and you saw how he turned on the ball. Frobel realized he had no chance at all as that one is up and out of Wrigley Field. And Chuck Tanner now down by a pair.
Just got the same dressing technique that I've got today with that towel around the neck.
Well, obviously Jim Rooker was smarter than you or Chuck. He brought his muffler with him, so he's set. He doesn't have to go scrounge a towel out of the clubhouse. It's not my neck that's cold, it's my feet.
Oh, no, that's right. Rick Rhoden in the middle of the diamond with a no-ball, two-strike pitch to Ron Say. Madlock to Thompson, one away. Bill made a fine play in the third inning to retire Gary Matthews. Question about this cold weather on Madlock's arm, and seems to be all right so far.
Bill told me earlier today, he said it's not a question of playing today. It would be a question of whether or not he could come back, say, and play tomorrow in this kind of weather. He said, you know, playing 2 days in a row would be more of a problem than it is. He said it wasn't a problem to get ready for this ball game, the start of the season, but if he had to play tomorrow, then he'd have to see how he felt.
Good thing Chuck Feeney gave us tomorrow off.
Right.
Fouled back by Davis. Pena coming to the screen, and Tony makes the catch and got hung up on the railing, but stayed with it. Pena retires Jody Davis, 2 outs. Good play by Tony.
It's a good point. He did stay with it. The ball, because of the spin, normally comes back toward the field, and Tony is there from another angle. Whoops.
Right at the gate. 2 down, and Sean Dunston, the batter, bounced into a reverse double play in the second. It's the Cubs 2 and the Pirates nothing. Bottom of the fourth. Great to have you with us this afternoon. Our first telecast of the year. First regular season telecast, that is. Strike one. In the American League this afternoon, the Chicago White Sox are leading Milwaukee 3-0 in Milwaukee. Tom Seaver setting the record. Has appeared in more openers than anybody in Major League history. Been tied with Walter Johnson for that honor. Moose Haas pitching for the Brewers.
Good possibility Mr. Seaver will be back for number 16 next year.
And Seaver has a shot at winning 300 this year. 2 balls and a strike on Dunston. Rick Rhoden so far in the game has allowed 5 hits, has walked 1 and struck out 3. Foley bobbles it, and Dunston is on. And that is the second Pirate error of the game. Johnny Ray made the first.
Again, it's slow. Foley was charging. The ball hit the heel of his glove, and Tim just went right back to the pitcher because he knew he had no chance to get the runner at first. Dunston has good speed.
Man on with 2 outs, and Rick Sutcliffe, the batter. Sutcliffe walked in the second inning.
A year ago, the Pirates made 128 errors in the season. The Cubbies made 121.
Pirates, by the way, were 3rd in the league in fielding last year, and as everyone knows, #1 in the league in pitching. Fly ball, left field line. Doug Frobel goes over, but it drops back out of play. No balls and a strike. Dunston back to first base and looking across at third base coach Don Zimmer. Comparing these two clubs, the Pirates were 7th in the league in hitting last year. The Cubs were 4th. Pirates were 9th in home runs. The Cubs were 2nd. Pirates were 3rd in fielding, and the Cubs were 2nd in fielding. Pirates were 1st in the league in pitching, and the Cubs were 10th. And yet they won it. One ball, one strike. The Cubs last year were 71-34 in day games. And if you take away the action at Wrigley Field, they were 20-5 in day games on the road.
Excellent record.
Well, Roden stepped off the rubber. Dunston, runner at first with 2 outs. The count is a ball and a strike on Sutcliffe. Two members of the Pirate pitching staff not here today. John Candelaria went home to Pittsburgh to be with his son, and Larry McWilliams remained in Florida. Get in a bit more work before starting Friday night against the Cardinals.
I understand Larry is going to go back to Pittsburgh tomorrow. Is that correct?
I believe that was the plan, yes. Up high 2-2. He was kidding with manager Chuck Tanner the other day in the clubhouse about shoveling some walks and driveways when he got back on Wednesday. Not too far off after the, what, 5 or 10 inches they had last night. 2-2 pitch. And Roden, for the 2nd time in the game, goes 3-2 on Sutcliffe. Dunston will be running from first base with 2 outs. The Cubs 2 and the Pirates nothing, bottom of the 4th. Dunston reached first on the Tim Foley error. Runner going, 3-2 pitch. Johnny Ray on to Jason Thompson. The Cubs in the 4th score 1 run, 1 hit. Home run by Moreland. There was 1 Pirate error and 1 Cub left on base. After 4, it's Chicago 2 and the Pirates nothing.
Give me a light. Bud Light.
If you just ask for a light beer, you never know what you'll get.
Give me a light. Bud Light. Hold this, will you?
So if you want the less filling light beer with the first name and taste, don't just ask for a light beer.
Give me a light.
Ask them to bring out their best.
Bud Light.
Bud Light, because everything else is just a light.
Strike.
So tell me about this new savings plan of yours.
U.S. savings bonds.
Bonds?
They're paying variable rates like money market accounts. If you keep them for 5 years. Right now, the rate's almost 11%. Wow. And they're good as gold. Even if the rates go down, you get a guaranteed return.
Almost 11% interest? That's terrific.
Now you sign up for payroll savings, Rich.
Yeah, who knows? Someday I could really be in the money.
U.S. savings bonds, paying better than ever. Sign up for payroll savings today.
Opening day, Three River Stadium. Friday, April 12th, the Pirates host the Cardinals in the first ever night home opener. We're bringing back the lumber. Friday night, April 12th. Get your ticket to the stadium, Kaufman's or Gimbel's, or call 323-1150. Let's go Bucks! Let's go Bucks! Let's go Bucks!
Chicken.
Welcome back to Wrigley Field along with Jim Rooker and John Sanders. This is Lonnie Perteri. Will be a busy weekend.